In general, what were your thoughts on how your defense played against Miami?
I feel like to a certain extent they played really well. Some of the best defense that we've played this year. Obviously, we got to blow up in the red zone, plus 20, plus 17, and get it done. We got to get it done. Get them the fourth down, and then we got to win out the whole series. So, still working on the finishing part. But they did some good things. We did some good things, and got to continue to improve.
The young DBs got a lot of run. Asante, A.J. Linton was out there a little bit. How did those guys do in their time?
They did pretty good. They've earned that time because we're not giving anybody anything. They've earned it. We always say best players play, and by their play, they've earned that time. And they did a pretty good job. Obviously, just getting thrown in the fire in a game like that, we have trust in those guys that they can get it done, and they will get it done, and it'll pay off in the future.
That sequence in the red zone where they go to Cager twice and Asante stops them on third down, is it just Asante's responsibility to go there one more rep and get it done, or is that part of Hampson's game at all to maybe line up in a situation like that and cover a larger receiver?
You know what? That's something that we talked about and thought about. That's why you would see Stanford Samuel out there. He'll switch out there. He and Levante would switch out at times. That was part of our plan. Those two were out there at the time, so we didn't do a switch out with Asante and Ham. But he competed on both of them. Got one of them out, didn't get the second one out. That guy went up and made a play. But he'll learn from that situation. Type of kid that he is, tough, hard-nosed kid. He'll bounce back and be ready to go from here on out in those type of situations.
Do you get the feeling like they were going to go back to that sort of route or that guy?
Yes, because they had shown it on film. We did feel like they were going to do that, and he made one play, and I even said, Coach, he's a dog. He's going to get it done. He's going to get it done. So I had that faith in him to get it done. Unfortunately, that guy made a play.
He seems like one of those guys that's only going to get better through experiences like that.
Exactly right, because that's how much he cares, how hard he competes. He's that type of guy that you want out there in those type of situations. It's not for a lack of effort, I promise you that.
Are we seeing fully what Marvin Wilson can do now, a healthy, the disruptor that he is up front?
I'm telling you what, man, that guy is a player, and he plays so hard. The whole time at the end, he's giving you everything that he has, and it helps our team because they see it on film and see what he's doing. So not only when he plays so hard, they see it, but when he speaks up and talks, which isn't a lot. It's like E.F. Hutton, they're going to listen. And so he has a command of our team in that way to get them to play hard all the time, just like he does. He sets a standard.
What's his ceiling?
What's his ceiling? Oh, man, I don't know. I hope he just keeps rising and rising each and every game and keeps playing hard. He and DeMarcus Christmas, Fred Jones, those guys played well up front. They did a really good job.
With the way this rushing defense has been for you guys, does that allow you to do anything different on the back end? Does this make you guys that much stronger in pass defense when you're able to shut things down this easily?
In a lot of ways it does. There's some things that we could change up and slow the safeties down and run support a little bit more and let those guys do their thing up front. And we got to do our part on the back end as well. So we're working on that this bye week, getting those things tweaked and worked on so we can be solid in both areas. Run game and pass game.
With how good Brian has been on one side of the defensive line, what are your thoughts on how the other defensive ends have played opposite him?
I think they've all played well. Wally Ames started the game. We told him he set the tempo the first play of the game with the play that he did. Shot the guy come off the block and make a tackle. That was a really good play. J-Rob has been playing well. Also, Kane Doe is coming around. You see him getting into true football form, if I can say it that way. And so those guys are doing a great job for us. And obviously you mentioned Brian holding up his end of the bargain.
Do you see Amari Gaynor starting to play for you guys at all? Is he coming around physically?
He is coming around. Amari's going to be a really good football player for us. He's a physical kid that can run, has some toughness, and so it's just a matter of battling through and trying to play catch-up through some guys like, DeKalen Brooks, Adonis Thomas, Emmett. They're all kind of ahead of him because of the time that he missed. But he's going to be a really good football player for us.
What's the key in those sudden change situations to have more success?
To just finish it. We got him the fourth down. You know what I mean? That finished the thing off because you watch the film, the guys were excited. Nobody walked out there with their heads down. They made a play. They were pumping fit. They're slapping fire. Everybody was into it like we always preach going into those situations. Now just finish the situation. So they had the right mindset. They had the right attitude. They played with the right intentions. The first 3 downs, got to finish it off.
You mentioned Emmett Rice, just with his knee injury. How far along is he? Is he 100% ready to play, and how is he coming along?
He's coming along. I wouldn't necessarily say maybe 100%, but he's getting real close. And Emmett's a sharp kid also. He understands the system. He understands where he's supposed to be, and it's getting better and better. The stronger that knee gets, the better he's playing. So he's coming along really well.
It feels like this is maybe 2 weeks where Levante really hasn't had a lot of action kind of thrown his way, or at least it seems that way. Is he finding form himself these last few weeks and becoming what you guys need?
I think so. And it's funny you say that because his last 2 weeks of practices have been good. And he's done a good job, been focusing on his technique and playing the proper way in practice, and it's transferring into the game. So I think, that's the results that you're seeing right now.
Is it
back on film, those PI calls, do they?
Cal got to play better. He got to find the ball, and we've been talking about it. And I told him that, So this is no secret. You're a good cover guy. You're in position. Look for the ball. I can see if you were out of phase. We call it in phase and out of phase. You're in phase. Look for the ball, man. So we've been really stressing that to him. On one of them in particular, I thought he would have had an interception. Just look back for the ball. So we're stressing that to him, and hopefully you'll see those results these next 6 games coming up.
Anything else?